Hello YouTube, this is the Florida Rider, doing the usual winter thing and sitting in traffic. At least it's a gorgeous 83-degree day to do it in. So this is the second in the series of bikes that I did demo rides on in Daytona Beach. And this one was completely unexpected because I didn't know that this company was going to be there. Actually, until last year in Daytona, when I saw someone on a Guzzi, I didn't even know Moto Guzzi existed anymore. But they do, and they had a few demo rides. Now they are the same company as Aprilia, and I believe owned by Piaggio, which also owns Vespa. However, they were only having demo rides for Moto Guzzis. And considering I had never been on one before, nor had I ever ridden an Italian bike, I decided to give it a shot. At first I was just hoping that they wouldn't break down. And those of you who remember the reputation of Italian bikes and cars of yesteryear know what I mean. This was a Moto Guzzi California Custom, and I have to admit, if I was looking for a cruiser, I would definitely consider this company if it weren't for their lack of dealership network. So here it is. Whoa. Okay, YouTube, I am now on the Moto Guzzi California Custom, which is the base model, and I believe he said it's like 1400 cc's, and the base price I think he said is 14 or so. And it's blue. I like blue. And it has floorboards. This is the first time I've ever ridden a bike with floorboards before. And you can see this pedometer too. Looks like we have the time, gas gauge, outside temperature. Oh, and even what gear I'm in. I'm in third right now. Okay, I like this. I like this a lot. And the lead guy right there and I switched bikes when we made our little stop, which is why they do it, to see if anyone wants to trade. And a couple others traded different editions of the California, because there's like this, there's the standard version, then there's the full dress touring version, and they wanted to see how it felt, I guess. Yeah, that was debatable. I could have gone down the second there. Yeah, upshifting on a cruiser is still a problem for me. I think I need bigger feet. But I like the floorboards thing, because then my feet aren't just flying in the air. Woo! Power! I'm still in third. Let's get fourth. Ah, there we go. Oh, it's downshifts quite easily. I quite like this a lot. Would I buy one? If I was in the market for a cruiser, I would highly consider it. I'm not, though, but if I was, I would highly consider it. This is nice. It would be an around town bike, a fun bike, but not as a daily rider. I wouldn't. Definitely not. Because once again, the riding position is a bit scrunched over for me. So I think that my back would start to hurt after a while, and I don't have a bad back. It's not straight up enough, which is what I'm used to and what I like. And this has different modes and everything, like Turismo is for touring, and the others are for other things. We are expecting rain at some point in time this afternoon, and when rain comes, they stop all demo rides until the streets are basically dry. Because of puddles and other obstructions. I haven't used the rear brake once. Which is my fault. It's very difficult to use it on a cruiser to me, just because I'm not used to it. Usually it's just right at my toe, but now it's not. I have to make a conscious effort to lift my foot up. And that's not really part of my riding reflexes, so to speak. failed attempt at a downshift right there. Wow, that's nice. That was a lot of power, and that was in fourth. I wouldn't say that this bike has been surprising, but I will say that it has been better than I had expected. I mean, I didn't really have any expectations because I had never ridden a Moto Guzzi Cruiser before, but I like this. I like this a lot. The problem is their dealer network. I mean, I live in the second largest city, I live in the second largest metropolitan area in Florida, and we don't have one. They have Tallahassee, Lord knows why. Miami, I think Fort Myers. But I'm not going to ride 3 hours to get a dealer servicing, because it probably requires that. And that's not within my towing distance either for free towing. So Guzzi, what you need to do is you need to improve your dealer network. Thank you very much for watching. This is the Florida Rider signing off. Goodbye.